Hey, what's up, everybody? So, coming today with the what's next on Angelo Leo, the now former WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion at 122 pounds. Leo on Saturday, January 23rd, headline Showtime pay-per-view or Showtime card. It was for the PBC when he defended and lost the WBO title to the undefeated Stephen Fulton Jr. Now, this was a mandatory fight that was supposed to happen back in August for the vacant WBO belt. Fulton had to pull out of the fight just days before, and Leo ended up fighting undefeated Tremaine Williams, who was also a good prospect on the rise. So Leo fought him and beat him, captured the world title. So heading into this one, mandatory fight, 5 months later, these two guys are ready. And, I picked Angelo Leo to win the fight, but he came up short in this one and couldn't hold on. And, he got soundly beat and outboxed by Stephen Fulton Jr. over 12 rounds. The first few rounds were good. He landed a clean punch at the end of the fourth round that stunned Stephen Fulton, but Fulton just seemed to wake him up even more as he put his foot down on the gas pedal harder and just was turning Angelo Leo and standing in the pocket, banging with him, but not getting hit with big shots and just dealing out punishment. And he scored a clean 12-round unanimous decision. So Leo, tough loss right here. The big question now is what's next for Angelo Leo, who's still currently in my top 10, and that's why I'm doing this video. So I'm going to run through the top 10. I haven't heard anything about what he possibly could do next. I'm going to run through my top 10, see if any of those guys are possible that I think. Number 1, undefeated unified champion Murajan Akhmadayev. Not seeing this at all. Akhmadayev is fighting Ryosuke Iwasa most likely on March 13th. If he's victorious in that fight, I don't think he'd consider Leo. Number 2 is undefeated Luis Nery. Nery wants bigger fights. WBC champion, it's a makeable fight, but he wants bigger fights, unifications, or big names. And I think Leo would be too much of a risk for him, so no, not seeing this one. Plus, I don't think the timing matches up. Nery hasn't fought since September, so it'd be way too long for Leo to get ready. Number 3 is Daniel Roman. Roman wants a title fight next, one way or the other, and I think he's going to get it. So I don't think he's going to waste his time fighting a guy that lost and take that risk. Number 4 is Ryosuke Iwasa. Iwasa has been a PBC, fought for the PBC the last couple fights, but he's likely fighting Murajan Akhmadayev in a mandatory fight in March. I think he's going to come up short in that one. Maybe these two guys later in the year could lock up, but both of them coming off of losses to fighters of that caliber, their first fight out, I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to say no. Number 5 is Havanassian. If Angelo Leo really wanted to roll the dice, he'd fight a guy like Havanassian, but Havanassian's going to want to fight him. Havanassian's in a good position right now, number 1. He's coming back in February. I don't know if he's going to want to risk it against Leo, so I'm going to say no. Plus, PBC working with Golden Boy, I don't see it. Number 6, Brandon Figueroa. Not a bad matchup for Figueroa right here, but does he want to take the chance when he hasn't fought since September and he's trying to come back and, take on a decent, solid fighter? I don't think he takes on a guy like Leo. I'm going to say no. Number 7 is undefeated Stephen Fulton Jr. in a rematch. Not seeing it. Fulton has no need to fight Angelo Leo again. He has other better options right now, so I'm not seeing that one. Number 8 is Ronnie Rios. Rios is fighting this month. Likely, I think he's the favorite to beat Oscar Negret. And then, he could fight a guy like Leo, but that's Golden Boy working with PBC, and I just think they're at a, crossroads where Rios doesn't have to fight him, so I'm going to say no. Number 9 is Ionut Baluta. This is an interesting fight right here. I think this fight's possible if Leo wants to fight in like an eliminator to try to move back up the ranks of the WBO, because Baluta's highest and maybe only ranking is in the WBO at number 9 right now. So I think this fight would be interesting considering Baluta's coming off of 2 upset victories. Not sure Leo's going to want to fight a guy on that caliber, but maybe he will because he wants to jump right back into things. We'll see. And then tied for 10th, you got former IBF champion TJ Doheny. He hasn't fought since he lost in March of last year to Baluta, and I don't see him giving him and Leo locking horns next. I don't think Doheny would want that, so I'm going to say no. And then Leo's the other guy tied for 10th. So any real possibilities in the top 10? I mean, there's a couple minor ones, but honestly, I think Angelo Leo coming off that loss to Stephen Fulton, we're probably not going to see him. At the very best, I think an Ionut Baluta fight would be more realistic and in some kind of an eliminator. If not him, he might fight another guy ranked in the top 10, top 15 of the WBO to move up the ladder as some kind of an eliminator. But I think it's just as likely, maybe even more likely, that he just takes up a tune-up bout in his next one coming off that loss to Fulton and does that. So, again, guys, if you like my page, please give me the thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. Anything helps. If you want to subscribe to my channel, just hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to get as many subscribers as I can and get out that information. And, yeah, if you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. I appreciate anything that you guys, any kind of love you guys show, even any kind of hate. I take all of it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. That's the What's Next on Angelo Leo, the former WBO Super Bantamweight champion. All right, guys, True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.